Hi everyone, happy Friday. I'm super pumped to be in here and giving you guys a quick little, a little ditty about sharing your story unapologetically and how well it has worked for myself. So, no, wait just a second. So we have people on. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, which I'm sure is everyone in here, right? So I have advanced 4 diamonds this year, which has been such an incredible year. Our team has done amazing, right? But when you look at my year collectively in my personal life, you wouldn't have expected such a successful year. And just to give a little backstory, I had my 3rd child back in November of last year, so she'll be 1 next week. So 3 babies under 4. That's a lot. For me, 3 was my tipping point, and I tried to hide it, and we tried to pretend that everything was okay until about Summit actually is when everything like fell apart. But it was kind of like around the May, June area where things were getting hard and every day was hard, right? And I know a lot of us moms, we joke about the hot mess, the shit show, and everything that is related to that. And that was my story. It was the hot mess, shit show mom, and everything was a mess all the time and whatnot, and I couldn't handle anything. And I just thought that was normal, right? Until one day we kind of decided it wasn't, right? And I took the step to go to the doctor. And I was at that point diagnosed with postpartum depression and anxiety. And at that point, I had a decision to make. And I had a decision to either pretend I was fine and have this persona of, it's just like the fun, So I had the decision to either pretend we were just the fun hot mess mom and carry on with my day and that life was perfect, but it was just crazy. Or I had the choice, I don't know why it's doing that. So I had the choice to actually put it out there and share with my following what I had been going through, because I hadn't shared that with anyone yet. And share with them that I actually went to the doctor, that I was actually diagnosed with this. And in my mind, I had a really strong stigma of what the postpartum depression anxiety was, right? And I didn't fit into that mold. And coming to the realization that I did, and that other moms were just like me, I felt that I had a responsibility to share that and to share my story. And so I did. So I went live on my page and I shared my story all the way, from what my daily life was like, how I was feeling, how I, thought it was normal, but it wasn't, how people view you, the whole list of things, all down. And for me, it was to share the story, because I know I've shared all the ups. We always share what's going great in our life with our followers, right? And that's perfect. Everyone wants to see happy things, but I think it's so important for us as Beachbody coaches to build relationships with people that we share the downtime, so they see that we're relatable and that we are just a normal person just like them, and we are trying our best just like them to get through the daily grind of daily life, right? And so with that being said, after I shared this story, it had thousands of views. I had comments from people that I had never talked to before. I was getting messages from people that I had never talked to before. And all of these people were saying, thank you, right? And when I sit back, when I think about it now, I think that by us sharing our story and sharing what we're going through and what we're doing, that is almost allowing us to open the door for other people to take a step to help them in their life, whether it relates to health and fitness or not. And at this point, the amount of for the amount of women that I have helped in terms of postpartum issues is astounding. And all of these women have been connected to me because I went out and shared my story. And so from that point on, after the live video, I was very open. I was an open book by how I felt every day. If this day was hard, if this day was, easy, if I was going out, if I couldn't make it out of the house, there was a point where I couldn't be left alone and I couldn't go out of the house with my kids, and then slowly the steps were taken. So we made it to Target today, and people were following, and yet now I had people cheering me on and people who wanted to be a part of my life. And that helped to build the relationship with other women and help bring them into my circle, because it's those people who are in your circle who are going to eventually join you and join your team and join your challenge groups, right? Because they've followed you, they have seen you, through the ups and downs, right? And so along with this, I was thinking this goes far beyond just helping them with the health and fitness. Like I said, this has helped women get their lives back, deal with these issues where they would not have gone to the doctor before. They would not have gone and seeked out help before if they had not seen my video. And that is one of the most rewarding things, is when we as coaches, having such a large social media following like we do, we are on a platform to help people and to enlighten them and show them, and help them and maybe encourage them to take the first step to do something. And so that is something that I have noticed that has, this internet, that has been rewarding for me, is that helping people take the first step to fix their lives in a way that maybe they didn't. And so as scary as it may be for us to really share the down times and the not so pretty, the not so perfect, it's not that we are looking for attention. It's not that we want people to feel sorry for us. It's really, one, it's empowering us when we do that, and it's also empowering the people who are following us. And again, making us connect with people so that way they can now feel that they can have a part of our life, and that they can feel like there's a trust between us. The connection is strong, unlike my internet connection, and that the connection is strong between us, so they are more apt to join us in our journey. And I think that's so important. I like to teach my team that, and that really, we've gone through the branding, we've gone through the storytelling. This is all about telling your story and not sugarcoating it. Don't sugarcoat it. No one wants perfect. No one wants to see that rainbows and butterflies. It's nice for a second, but I want to follow someone whose story I connect with, right? So open yourself up, dig deep, and find that story down inside of you that maybe you're hiding, maybe you're too scared to tell, because you never know who it may impact, right? So if you have a story that you have not told yet, that you just are afraid to tell, or that you're embarrassed to tell, someone's internet's messing me up. So if you have that story that you're embarrassed to tell, or you think people are going to judge you for telling it, scared. Don't be scared. Tell it. Tell that story. And I'm not telling you just to throw it all out there, but start breadcrumbing that. Because that's really going to help you find a niche of individuals that you can personally help so much better, because you have that story to relate to. Maybe it was a domestic violence. Maybe it's the postpartum. Maybe it's an eating disorder. Maybe it was, seizures with your kid, like one of my coaches. She's very open about the fact that her child has seizures and the dealing with that. So, I guess for me and my situation, we've been able to turn the struggle into success and help, people who have that same story. We've been able to build an incredible team this year just from opening up and sharing my story and having others jump on board with that. So I hope, if I can do anything for you guys, I hope I inspired you to maybe dig deep and find that one story that you're hiding or that you're too afraid to share, and start sharing that story and see what it can do, not only for you, but for the people who are following you. Because this is not just, you know that this is so much more. Our mission is to help people, right? And this is so much more than just getting them to buy a challenge pack and getting commission from it. It's really helping people have a healthy and fulfilling life, right? So if you can help them in their life in a different way, they will be very, very thankful to you, and the impact that you have had on them will be, life-changing, and they will remember you, and they'll come back. Punch this internet. When they're ready, they'll come back to you when they're ready for their fitness journey. So I hope you guys have an awesome Friday, and I hope you got a little nugget out of this one. Thanks.